So if the price of a commodity increases by R%, suppose you have a commodity and it has a price of 100 rupees. It has a price of 100 rupees and the price has increased by some percentage, suppose 10%. What happens when the price of a commodity increases? You will decrease your consumption. Okay. If
Sir,
something becomes costly, yes.
even I am done with percentages. What should I do, sir?
Himanshu,
Yes, sir.
you're done with this.
Yes, sir. You already told this.
Acha, I told profit and loss, not percentages.
Acha, acha, okay, okay. Profit and loss. Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah, okay. Sorry, sir.
Okay. So if the price of a commodity increases by R%, it is natural that when the price of some commodity increases, you will reduce your consumption. Okay. If something is of 10 rupees, you will purchase more. If something is of 100 rupees, you will reduce your consumption. Okay. So what formula I am discussing here is, if the price of a commodity increases by some R%, then the reduction in consumption, so you will reduce your consumption so as not to increase your expenditure is by this percent. Okay. So if the price of a commodity increases by R%, reduction in consumption is done by this much percent, R by 100 plus R into 100%. So whenever you get a question that price of some commodity has increased by 10%, so reduction in consumption is done by how much percent? The percentage is this, R by 100 plus R into 100, the whole percent. Okay. Now let's do the next question, next formula. Now if the price of a commodity decreases by R%, then you will increase your consumption. Okay, you will increase your consumption and your consumption will increase by 100, R by 100 minus R into 100, the whole percent. R by 100 minus R into 100, the whole percent. Yes, Ritika, you are in the class. Okay, now next point. Just a minute, all of you. 2 minutes, just hold down. Okay, next. So that's what it is. So now again I'll give the discussion regarding this. If the price of a commodity increases by R%, then the reduction in consumption is done by R by 100 plus R into 100%. So suppose they give you a question, the price of a commodity has increased by 10%, so the reduction in consumption is of how much percent, or the reduction in consumption is at what rate? So you have to apply this formula, R by 100 plus R into 100, the whole percent. If price increases, the consumption decreases. Consumption decreases by what percentage? This is the formula. Next, if the price of commodity decreases by R%, the consumption increases, but it increases by what percent? R by 100 minus R into 100, the whole percent. Okay. If just make a note of these two formulas, we'll go forward. So when price increases, consumption decreases. When price decreases, consumption increases. When price increases, consumption decreases by so and so percentage. When price decreases, consumption increases by so and so percentage. Only difference is here 100 plus R, there 100 minus R. Okay. Next formula. Okay, next formula I'll just write and show you. So you should know certain concepts, compounding and discounting. These concepts are very important when we'll be doing the simple interest, compound interest chapter. At that point of time also you'll be coming across this concept. So compounding and discounting. What is this compounding? What is this discounting? Suppose your mom gave you 1 lakh rupees and asked you to deposit this 1 lakh rupees in the bank. Bank is giving you 10% interest on this. So now when you deposit this in the bank and come home, you happily say to mom, at the end of the year we'll be having 1,10,000 with us this year. After this is for the first year. In 1 year you'll be having this much. In 2 years, now you will tell me 1,20,000, sir. Third year 1,30,000. No, it depends upon what is the interest charged for you. Is it a simple interest or a compound interest? For simple interest, your answer would be right. Every year you will be getting a fixed amount of interest, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10,000. Okay. But what about the compound interest? It will differ. Why? Because in case of compound interest, you will be earning interest on interest also. For example, 1 lakh is your principal amount, 10,000 is your interest amount. So after 1 year your amount is how much? 1,10,000, because principal plus interest is amount. So next year the interest will not, next year you will not earn interest on principal, but you will be earning the interest on your amount. That is, you will be earning interest on 1 lakh, that is 10,000, 10% of this, and also on 10,000, that is 1,000, and your interest becomes 11,000. That is the beauty of compounding. Okay. So what I mean to say here is, for first year you can get the answer, but for second year, third year, fourth year, you need to understand some formulas for that. And that formula what I'm giving you is the formula which the next formula I'm going to explain you. So listen very properly. Suppose we will, so for that reason you should understand some formulas. Like today you have 1 lakh in your hands. This is called the present value. 1,10,000 you have for the future. This is called the future value. For the simplicity of the explanation, I am not going for 5 years, 6 years. I am just keeping it restricted to 1 year. Okay. So time period is 1 year. It becomes easy to understand, and that can be termed as n. Okay. And rate is 10%, which I gave you in the question. So future value would be present value into 1 plus r whole power n. This is called compounding. Why? Because I am multiplying here present value into. So when you multiply, see things, they say now, if something has to increase, either it can increase through addition or through multiplication. Through addition it increases at a very slow rate, but through multiplication it increases at a very high pace. Okay, got my point?
Sir, what is R? 1 plus R?
I'm explaining. Just wait for 2 minutes. I'm explaining that. Now, so you were asking me a question, what is R? R is rate of interest, which I explained you right now. R is rate of interest. So now let us see how it goes. Your present value is 1 lakh. Your rate of interest is 10%, 1 plus 0.10 whole power n. The time period is 1 year. So future value would be 1 lakh into 1 plus 0.10 is 1.10. So that becomes 1,10,000. This is future value. So in this case, you can find out the future value for n number of years. That is for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Just you have to change n. Suppose they ask you what will be the value of 1 lakh after 5 years. So future value is equal to 1 lakh into 1 plus 0.10 whole power 5. You will get the value after 5 years. Okay. After 5 years. See, this is a simple thing to know. How will we get 0.10? I already told you. Percentage means means what? What did I say you? What do you mean by percentage? 10% is 10 by 100. You will get 0.10. Okay. So now next part. Now this is about the future value. Now let us discuss about the present value. So the same formula goes like this. Like future value divided by, I'm just cross multiplying this, 1 plus r whole power n is equal to future value divided by 1 plus r whole power n is equal to present value. Okay. So let me write this down neatly. Present value is equal to future value by 1 plus r whole power n.